challenges are to involve the community in gathering news and getting people contributing in a variety of different ways, or using all sorts of different media, not just text, but stills and video, something that we're doing already but we want to do much more of. Engaging people much more, finding different ways of telling stories, expanding our content, and finding the right ways of delivering the right content for people. We want to get more people coming to our site. We have a lot coming to our site already, but we want far more coming to our site. We want to be the number one destination for people interested in news in the UK. I think in the next year there are going to be 3 or 4 things that are really going to occupy people. I think number one is the whole question of monetization, ghastly word, but it basically is how you make money out of it. We're a commercial organisation and we want to make money out of our journalism, and the problem is that the internet, historically has grown up as something which is free, and people expect it to be free. So most news on the internet tends to be supported by old-fashioned media, old media, if you like, newspapers, television, radio stations, if you like, all of whom are selling their old media and using that, the income from that to pay for their new media, and that can't go on. In the end, we've got to figure out a way of making money out of it. So that's number one. I think the next thing that is going to preoccupy people is video. What works, what doesn't work, how you get more people looking at video on the internet, and I guess converting, for a television organisation, converting what we do at the moment, which is shoot video for television, into something that works better on the web. Now, I think that's a model that I'm very interested in.
With your, you mentioned some of the issues that you thought were impacting on you at Sky. With your Society of Editors hat on, do you think they're the same issues, or what do you think globally within the industry there are some different issues to consider?
Well, I think, going back to the whole monetization thing, I mean, if you're a newspaper, then you're wrestling with it just as much, but on top of that, people are wrestling with, free sheets versus paid for newspapers. And so that's something that I think will increasingly be an issue for newspapers in 2008.
Do you think there's a useful analogy between the way that the free sheet and the paid-for market works in terms of the kind of content on the web?
Well, I think there is a bit, and the issue, I suppose, with newspapers is to do with tipping point in terms of advertising on the web versus the rates of the returns on advertising on in print and TV and on the radio, and the point at which web advertising starts being as lucrative, or starts making as much as it does other forms of advertising do, then the web will start being able to wash its own face. So I think one of the big challenges for the advertising industry is to find new ways of advertising on the web which will engage and not irritate. One of the problems, as we all know, with advertising on the web is either, it's just a banner that you don't even take any notice of, or it's some sort of rich media overlaid kind of ad which just irritates you and pisses you off, and you click away from it. You try and get rid of it as soon as you can. Nobody has, to my mind, has quite come up with a form of advertising which actually you quite like having there, you don't mind having there, and you relate to, even if you don't immediately rush out and buy the product. It has generally a benign or good effect on you.